One could argue that the greatest national health crisis we face today, there are many, but one could argue that the greatest national health crisis today is childhood obesity. Recent reports show that a third of all children are either overweight or obese. This is totally unacceptable. You can see it anywhere. You go to the mall, you go downtown, you go into stores, you go into restaurants, and you see these obese children. How can we blame the children? They're not to blame. Any child between, say, 5 or 12 can't really be blamed for the choices they make in their diet, what they eat. This is about the parents. This is about responsible adults and teachers. It's about training these kids to eat properly. What are we really up against? We're actually up against an extraordinary influence from television. These kids watch enormous amounts of TV, mostly cartoons at a young age. A recent study was fascinating. It showed that the kids who watched a cartoon with commercials ate 45% more food than the kid who watched the cartoons without commercials. What this means is that kid is watching commercials that make him feel like eating more food. So what are those commercials about? They're obviously about junk food. Most of them are about very high sugar content cereals or some other form of junk food. So part of this is about them watching television. Some of them, the point here is that the food industry needs to pay attention to this. Certainly the types of commercials and the content of those commercials, the kinds of food that they're recommending to these kids, this should be looked at very carefully by parents and teachers.